Good evening, everyone. The current time is 10:48 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and at this time it's 11:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we're tracking a pretty serious situation here on Twistcast Storm Team. There's been a lot of severe weather here recently, and we are going to go ahead and get right straight to the point and let you know what's going on. First of all, just kind of reiterate with you, the Storm Prediction Center did issue a severe thunderstorm watch earlier, and they have actually put a tornado watch out for the southwest part of that watch box. And right now, if you are currently in the areas of southwest Iowa, for northwest Missouri, and southeast Nebraska, you're under a tornado watch from 9:15 p.m. until 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Now, that doesn't mean that the severe threat will continue for that long. That is just an estimated time of how long the severe weather will last. Now, the Storm Prediction Center says exactly several intense tornadoes are possible, several very large hail events to 3 inches in diameter, and several damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour are possible. So you want to be on guard throughout much of the night time into the morning hours. And of course, if you hear a tornado or you feel like one is about to approach your house, it's a good idea to find yourself basement or interior room and make sure you stay there and stay safe until the storm has passed. So, and remember, do not try to outrun a tornado, especially at night. It can be pretty dangerous. You want to be extremely careful, and you want to watch your guard as well as check on your family and whoever else that you can during the situation. Here's why the severe weather is going on. We have all these warm temperatures that you see here in the 70s and 80s across the southeast. Then those temperatures reach probably about the 60s and 70s to the northwest. Now, where the cold air is at, where you see the 70 to 80 degree line there, that is where the severe weather is mostly setting up at, because there is that separation of warm and cold air trying to sit on top of one another. And if, just like a kid pulling its hands apart in the bathtub when taking a bath, once it pulls its hands apart, therefore the water can't no longer be still, so it starts to really to rotate. And that's what's going on with some of these big air temperature pockets, is they're getting mixed in that really strong wind shear, and they're starting to rotate. Now, one thing I want to show you is the dew points, too. Take a look at the dew points for the weekend, and this is a weekend run. We're talking 60s and 70s for Tennessee, dew point-wise. Now, the question is, what is dew points? Dew points is a matter of moisture measured in the air. It's how much moisture and instability is measured in the air, and whether it's heated or not, if it's actually warmer than the actual temperatures inside the storm, you can still get some pretty good amounts of severe weather there, regardless of what front is occurring. Especially if it's a real strong front, you could actually get quite a bit of severe weather. So dew point is just the exact moisture measured in the air, and it's also provided, it can be used for measurements of lift to a thunderstorm. Now, let's go ahead and switch sources. This is actually Friday's severe weather map. There you see that cold front that continues to march its way across the plains. It hasn't moved much. Is it expected to move much at all? Not really. It looks like it's coming across the plains right now through the nation's heartland midsection. And as I was telling my girlfriend before, as this front marches across, it gets really stronger. And as it gets that much stronger, you intend to see a really large severe weather threat, and this goes from the Mexican border all the way on up into portions of the Plain States, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and on up into Wisconsin. Now, notice the green arrow you see, or the green with the L. That is actually what is known as Tropical Storm Karen. She has winds of 65 miles per hour right now, and the projected path is expected to go to the north. So right now it looks like it's going to affect Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, especially southeast Tennessee around Chattanooga, where the wind profiles are showing between 40 to 60 mile per hour winds. That's some really strong winds there, folks. And not to mention the potential for 4 to 8 inches of rainfall. So we're really going to watch that really closely for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and possibly into Tuesday. Depends on how much speed she picks up within time. There's that tornado watch you're seeing over into portions of Nebraska, also and portions of southwestern Iowa. Now, folks, please keep in mind that you don't need to take this very lightly, especially if this storm continues to. Right now, it looks like it's on the weakening part, but the jet stream is strong enough that everything's going to stay unstable, regardless of what weakens or not. Everything's going to stay unstable. The jet stream is just going to die down somewhat, but it's not going to really lose any intensity. It's just going to take a break. So once it takes its break, the severe weather threat should calm down some, but then rebuild much worse as you go into tomorrow. So once again, tornado watch till 5 a.m. Central Daylight Time. That takes you way into Friday. That's about what time that me and my sweetie gets up, actually, to get ready for the day. So, you know, it's going to be a long drive it's going to be a long morning for you folks in Iowa. And if I could, I would keep you updated throughout that period, but I have to get some sleep too, as I am a forecaster. My brains won't be any good the next day if I don't get my rest. So everybody needs their beauty sleep. The Storm Prediction Center has put out a moderate risk of severe weather, and this goes in for Iowa. Also, we're looking at northwestern areas of Missouri, and it looks like it's on down into Kansas, also into Oklahoma now. This area for severe weather may be actually enhanced and extended, so we're going to watch this really closely, as right now they are giving a C-text update into the day 3 period for Illinois, Chicago, down into Ohio and places of that nature. It looks like they're giving possibly some damaging winds, a weak tornado threat. But once that storm moves its way into the Carolinas, down into the Gulf Coast, up through the Gulf Coast into the Carolinas and in Tennessee, it looks like that tropical storm Karen may bring some heavy rain and tornado threat to our state here in Tennessee. So we're going to watch that very closely, especially from Tennessee to Virginia. It looks like storms are going to be definitely on the rampage. Let's go and look at some warnings here. There is tornado warnings continuing now into the Nebraska area, around the Kansas City area. I'm not sure if those actually are continuing or not. Let me go ahead and take a look and see if, yeah, they are continuing. We have one tornado that is currently on the ground. Actually, there's quite a few reports of tornadoes here. I'm not sure if this is the same one or not, but let me go ahead and pause this real quick. This is actually a tornado warning. This is for northwestern Otoe County, southwestern Cass County. At 10:45 p.m., a confirmed tornado. Now, when it says confirmed tornado, this is talking that a tornado is on the ground. You need to take cover now. This is a confirmed tornado was located north of Palmyra, or 17 miles east of Lincoln, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. It is a damaging tornado with a 2-inch diameter hail. And again, there is a tornado observed, so that means do not fool around. Take cover now, as there could be a possible tornado on the ground, as it has been cited. There was one tornado report spotted near Lancaster, Nebraska, and then we had one up near with a large amount of debris over in Lancaster, Nebraska. So there was a large amount of debris, which means the tornado was doing damage. Hopefully no one is hurt. Okay, we just got this in. There has been a tornado reported, and a home has just been destroyed by a tornado. That home has just been destroyed by a tornado. Let me go ahead and grab this report up real quick. This is over in the Nebraska area, And as this storm moves across, it looks like the damaged home was reported. Let's see if I can't grab this up real quick. It looks like it's in Lancaster, Nebraska, 1 mile south of Bennett. This is reported by a storm spotter. So a damaged home has been reported. So, folks, it's not a fun night. Please be careful, especially as you work your way through the morning hours. It looks like some folks are going to be definitely cleaning up, and that's not at all any good. So just be careful out there. If you are under a tornado watch, just please remember that severe weather is possible and close to the watch area. More than likely in this tornado watch box, this is where the most violent weather is occurring, so you want to watch out very sure, and please be safe. Now, once again, a violent day tomorrow. Once again, it looks like it's going to refire back up, only this time it could be 10 times worse. We could be looking at a good 80% chance of tornadoes. We could be seeing very large destructive hailstones, and we could also be dealing with deaths and injuries from this system as it moves across Nebraska, Kansas City, and on up into Iowa. So everybody needs to be careful as these storms roll across. Now, the front is going to make its way through the weekend across the Tennessee Valley, and so it looks like showers and thunderstorms will increase into the Tennessee Valley this weekend. Early next week, we could be talking the potential for, once again, 4 to 6 inches of rainfall, possibly some very heavy wind, and we may not even rule out a couple of tornadoes as there are the possibility of a strong wind shear coming into the Tennessee Valley. Now, here's a look at the tornado warnings once again, and this is in the Nebraska area. There you see those tornado warnings. But one thing I do want to show you some history from this. And it's kind of lining up exactly the way we're seeing it now. This is back in October the 28th, 2010. Now, why in the world am I showing you something like this? Well, it's a trend. That means it's happening as we speak, except it's further toward the west of us. In 2008, in 2010, it was actually in 19 states that was impacted by severe weather. There were 500 reports of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. There were 6 preliminary reports of EF2 tornadoes, 69 counts of tornadoes. That's a lot of tornadoes, folks. And as that cold front moved into the very warm, moist, and buoyant area, we've seen a report of a tornado up near Peelton, Illinois. We also seen one up near Chickamauga, Tennessee, and then we had one in Vail and Clermont, North Carolina, and then we had an EF2 tornado that touched down over in Cluster Springs, Virginia, and also an EF2 tornado in Buckland, Ohio. So please do remember that we are, even though it's not the 28th, we are back in October, and that very strong fall-like sharp air is trying to evade the warm, moist air, and that doesn't work. So therefore, when you get that very strong jet stream, you could be looking at quite a bit of activity just like we are now. Now, here's the plan. Expect several intense tornadoes for the several hours tonight across Iowa, also into Nebraska, portions of the areas there. And with that in mind, I have made a Twistcast Storm Team forecast out, and this is just to keep you updated. This is actually in red color. I've actually made it red to orange color, and this is over in the Iowa area and the Nebraska area. Large hail occurrences, damaging and destructive winds, isolated tornadoes, some strong and long-lived through the morning. Also, you got that flooding potential, and notice the orange stretches from Minnesota down into northeast Kansas. Well, northeast Kansas and Minnesota see some severe weather. Anything is possible, so you want to stay tuned. Now, once again, tomorrow it does appear to be a dangerous, destructive day. I will not be surprised to hear of some more occurrences like we're seeing tonight as these really nasty, harsh storms moves across the plains, folks. It's going to be a long fall season, so the best you can do is stay tuned to your local National Weather Service and Twistcast Storm Team so we can keep you better informed. From the Twistcast Storm Team Network, I'm Steve Cooper. Have yourself a great night, and we will keep you updated of all the latest severe weather information. Once again, tornado watch is continuing for Nebraska and portions of Iowa throughout the night. Have a great night, everybody.